special noodle here, and also we talk about staple food made of wheat. It's very delicious and very famous here. So first, let's talk to the chef. So chef here started to cook. I believe you are well prepared. So without further ado, let's roll our sleeve. So we talk about when we're cooking food, of course, you need to make sure that we always follow the procedure, follow the... So we put on the glove. So for me, no matter like what kind of food I'm gonna to cook, at least I look professional. So in order to do things right, we need to start with the right gear, right? So let's start. So we prepared a bowl of water and also a juice. That's the vegetable juice. So we will bring that vegetable juice into flour. And here I prepared all the ingredients we need. So we will add. Don't pour that bowl of water once all the time. And so make sure that you first make a hole in the middle and also step by step, little by little, adding the water and always either a clockwise or counterclockwise. Just always stick to one direction. Make sure that flour and water perfectly get along with each other. So we need to add around 230 gram water, and we add a very, very little bit salt. So this is the process we call the knead dough. And make sure that you just follow the whole procedures. So we not really need to add the ferment powder because we talk about this is a very special flour that you only can find it here. It's called the Hetao Plain flour. So it's already really like resilient and chewy. So do not need to add too much fermented powder. And here, the only thing you need to do here is make sure that you add water little by little and make sure the flours can get along with water, and also could see that we need dough. So this is the first step. We need dough. And then we come to the second step. So that's the whole kneading process. Make sure that you knead to one direction. Don't, if just from the top to the bottom or from left to the right, just stick to one direction. Do not need to change direction. Otherwise, you impact the taste of the noodle. So we make sure that the dough is just kneading in one direction, so we can guarantee that it's chewy and also very tough taste. And then we need to wait for 40 minutes. So that's the process we talk about to wake up the dough. And then now we can do another dough. And this is the vegetable juice. So we blended the vegetables, spinches. So this is a spinach juice. So the logic is the same as we did for the first time. So that's around 240 grams of this spinach juice.
这个蔬菜汁儿和进来，面就特别好看，我觉得。哎呀，这边像翡翠一样。您把抹布递给我，我擦一下。我这好邋遢呀。
So make sure that the juice also come perfectly with the flour, so you could see we will turn the white flour into that jade color.
咱们这个面也是像您刚才说的步骤完全都是一样的活法，是吧？
So the procedure is all the same. We just make this is the vegetable dough.
就是我们不一样的面，它最后的这个形状还不一样。
So for different noodle, different way to make noodle, that's also required different procedures. So we talk about that the noodle because of a different way of making noodle, and with the same flour we can make different that around 8 dishes of noodle. So it's very soft. Dough will not really to the stick taste. There is no ferment powder. So we talk about we just keep the dough there for 40 minutes. So that dough actually not really get tougher or harder. The whole taste or the hand feels still very soft, and it could be even softer. And we talk about there's also another a type of the dough that's made of whole wheat.
因为全麦面会比较硬，我知道。这个鱼子也是咱们当地的一种面食的，这是什么？
也是一种特色的面粉鱼子。
行，这个我还不太了解，一会儿我们看一下它到底是什么样的。我们看到厨师现在也是这个菠菜面的面团，也是像刚才一样顺着同一个方向在。
So it's the same way. Just stick to one direction to knead the dough.
这样把它搓成一个团。
家里面的操作方法可能就是更。
So look at the chef. It's always stick to this one direction to knead the dough. Otherwise, it will impact the taste of the dough. So it's ready, and then we keep it here as it is for 40 minutes.
还邀请到了我们的这个面坊的生产中心的经理高女士，然后请她来给我们介绍一下
I invite Madam Gao
哪些特别之处。好，您好，高女士。
To talk about why the flour here is so special.
我看到了我们这里摆着的这个小麦，
So here we're looking at this is wheat.
您给我讲讲。我们这个面粉为什么会有这样的
And also the grained.
特的地方呢？
咱们这个面粉好呢，它主要是源于它的原料好，
那这8种。
So this is the stone meal. You're looking at this is 8 cans of wheat here from this Hetao Plain, and also you're looking at actually from the very start right now these 8 wheat actually developed by our company, and we use this one. This is number 13 wheat. As for me, for an outsider, all these actually look the same to me. So looking at they have different colors numbered. So looking at judging from the color, the size may be different, but I can tell you the color is different. Some is the reddish color, some is kind of yellow gold color. And then we need to use this meal, right? So this is a model of the stone meal, and during the processing, you need to grind it, right? You need to grind the wheat, and then you can get the flour.
这个冷制粉跟其他的这个加工有什么不一样的吗？
其他的加工呢，它就是转速比较高，
转速比较高，就是这个。
对，会有温度，呢，咱们。
So for us, it's like the rotate speed, we keep it slow. Because if the rotate speed is too fast, then the whole temperature actually is gonna going up. That will impact or undermine the taste of the wheat and its taste of the flour, and finally change the taste of the noodles. So the actual one, the base, the diameter is around 1.2 meter to 1.5 meter. And for this, let's call it a roller, should be really heavy, right? Yes. Because we need to use its own weight to grind the weight. Right? You need to use this to give a strong enough, a big pressure, big enough to grind the weight into the powder.
而我们的这个石碾呢，它是因为它非常沉，它是这样垂直的碾下去的，所以说可能在这个垂直的作用力的过程中，它不会有营养物质啊种种的这个流失的过程，所以这个小麦的口感会更好。你看我这个理解是不是还可以？
理解正确，因为它这样的破损淀粉含量低，对于淀粉而言，它破损。
So make sure that nutrient substance inside the wheat, the protein, is all be well preserved during the processing. So looking at the different kinds of flour and different kinds of products here, made of the wheat, made of the flour, smells so good. And for different weight, actually can make a different kinds of a flour. And looking at this one, it's like sand. I can feel that a particle. So we talk about that around 100 jin of weight, we only can get 5 jin of this kind of a flour. So this is really high content of protein. It's like really the fine sand. It's like silver sand. Looking at the bun, that's made from these particle flour and or a granular flour. And later we're also looking at this one. We talk about it's a snowflake flour, and this is normally we use this flour to cook dumplings. Another we have a multi-function or multi-purpose powder, multi-purpose flour. So you can do different kind of pies, noodles, and also steamed stuffed bun. All can be made from these multi-purpose flour. And this one is a whole wheat flour. So the hand feel actually is the same as others, but it's a whole wheat, so it's healthier. And this is called 油面鱼. It's made from Is it a local famous dish? It's like fish. So it's a fish-like dish. It's called 油面鱼. This is the local dish and also made from this whole wheat flour. We not really right now pursue that super white flour made products. We talk about the color as white as it is, which means they add additional stuff into it. So right now people also understand that they not really pursue something super white. So looking at the buns, we talk about dumplings, the flours. Actually, people right now understand it's not means everything white, it means perfect taste. And we look at the bread. The bread here are made from the whole wheat flour, and also the pie as well.
很期待一会儿要去尝一下了。然后这边我们看到这是的一些卤料是吧？小料。
So we're looking at all these the pastries also made from the whole wheat. And then we talk about our dough is ready, and let's cook our noodles.
这一步我们开始擀面的过程。
我还是把我的手，是不是需要把我的手套戴上？
And then we need to roll the dough.
这个擀面杖真的。
And also I need this one. This is a super large size rolling pan.
这是我们提前已经醒好的面是吧？因为我们这个介绍的过程中可能比较的快一些。
因为我们这个洗面的过程，它一定要到时间，面条才能筋道。
完全要40分钟才可以。
So we need to wait for sure 40 minutes sharp. And this one is we prepared ahead of the time. So this one already wait for 40 minutes.
面粉是不是特别光滑、特别筋道，而且它的反弹性特别高。
So it's very smooth, and you can see actually can rebounds back to its original shape.
不是特别的软，它醒的也不是像面包那样蓬松起来特别柔软的面团。
它是一种无水状态下，它
So it's not super soft. Looking at it actually provide really strong that resilience force. So it's kind of really bring back to its original shape. And which also show you that it will be super chewy.
这样擀出的面，它才薄厚才均匀。
我可以来试一下吗？您教我怎么？
对。
哎，这个面好硬啊，可能跟我想象中的不太一样。
对对。
要完全的把它。
推拉的过程，对。擀面就是推拉的过程，就是我们左手和右手两边力要发匀，发到
So make sure that your both hands with equal force, equal strength, and also make sure the dough is flat enough. Of course, it requires many years of experience.
这就是我们回归到最原始的，就是我们手指擀面的过程。
看您擀面，我突然觉得就像是小时候家里面姥姥奶奶在做这个面食的时候，会有一个这样。
其实我们是保留这种传统的一种工艺。
So this is actually a lot of people, if they're making the noodle at home, a very traditional way is like this. Like grandpa, grandma's way of making noodles, this is how they make noodle at home.
还是要依靠我们这个手工艺来制作，是吧？每一下都需要加面。
So the noodles right now made by machine, it's convenient, easier for people to eat. But we talk about that. We're looking at it by making the noodle by both hands, provide additional tough and chewy taste. That's very different, and you can tell. So right now we make the dough as flat as possible. That's around that 1.5
面粉果
centimeter
然
to
用
2
这么大的一个擀
centimeters
面杖，说
thickness
明它
in
一定会
thickness.
这个面皮是特别宽的。我们这个操作台也是可以尽情
And
地
you're
施
looking
展。
at this is a super large size rolling pin.
您平常每天都需要做这个吗？
我们每天都需要，因为四方八面，它
This is our day-to-day routine.
特点甚至比较多。
And this
你
is
每天都
also
需要这
the
么手工
icon
干那
dishes
每天要
here in
做
this
多少
restaurant.
次啊？
就面粉，我们一般要擀到20多斤吧。
每天一个人要擀20多斤面粉。你这个手法确实非常的娴熟，是我想学又觉得学不会的，还需要很长时间的程度。现在差不多了，是不是？它看起来就已经很软
它马上
了。
要
It seems like it's ready.
还是要把它叠起来，这样。
叠起来，这样时候
So we need to fold it and roll it.
擀动的时候，它需要
Make sure that
每一面都
there's
擀。
no corner left behind. You could see that all
您这手
sides
使发力的时候也是要
it's
各个
rolled.
地方，我看它是不停的在动的，不是说在一个地方来回的。
So looking at the master's hand, it's not keeping in the one position, and it's always moving from the center to the side.
注意安全。
对哪一部分面我们必须得使力往下压。
So we talk about you need to make sure that all
现在就
different area, let's call it the area. So all different areas of the dough, make sure that's the flattened, touched.
然后就是我们需要手工切制。
好，那我们这边刀也已经备好了。
And then we believe it's
它这个面
ready,
这一次撒的
and
比
we
之
will
前
cut the
都要多。
dough.
这一届撒掉之前，
哦，是这样把它取出来。这个面的宽度我们有什么？
也是1.5到2厘米之间。
So
1.5
the
到2厘米
wideness
您最后
of
能不能稍微留
these
一块让我
cut
来试一下？
dough is
我
around
这个跃跃欲试，我的
the
体验
1.5
已经上来了。
centimeter
因为
to 2
我可能左撇子
centimeter.
可能会让您看着不太习惯哈，我就从这边来试一下。
对，那可以
我下手是不是快了一点？
稍微再窄一
再这样可以吗？
Too wide.
切每一下的时候都需要
点。切每一下的时候都需要一推一拉的过程。
一
推一下
推一拉。
啊，对，可以了。
您刚才那个手法特别快，没有看到有
So
人过程
we
但
talk
其实还
about
要
that
看
the way you're looking at is the push pull all the way.
我好像切完了之后一对比看起来
For
尤其
every
是
cut,
宽太
that's
多了，
the
是不是？
movement of push and pull.
太不均匀。
这个我
So you need to make sure you have quite the size should be even.
这个就是可以煮。那我们现在四方八面只有2种啊，加上这个，
这我们首先这是手擀面一种，然后我们再刚才
So we have one noodle
扯面，
that's
扯面
made by
也是用这
hand,
个面团
对，也
发出来的
是雪花纹的，这个扯面我们也行。
and we also have the other
菠
noodle.
菜的那个。
然后我们这是它是野水拉
So
面，
that's made by
拉
the
面
vegetable
那您还
juice.
需要再去操作什么吗？
需要操作。那第一步我们先把
So that's
白面
all by
先炒
different
啊，我们不是
way.
一
So
起
let's
煮
first
吗
cook this one.
可以。
不是，是说每一种面它有不同的这个
那就是
煮法吗？还是我以为它是一起混进去煮的？
不是，
啊
每一
不是啊
每一碗面对，我们需要怎么煮几分钟。
那听您的，您来怎么咱们要该煮哪个就煮哪个。
这个我们放到小漏
So
子，
let's first cook this.
那这个面要煮多长时间呀？
这个需要是
So how long we need to boil it?
用秒时定时，它是
用秒时定时
对。这个是60秒是1分钟，我一般情况这个180。
那就是煮3分钟，
So 180 seconds.
这么准确的
That's
时间。
around 3 minutes.
这它煮在
好，那我这边试着给咱们定一下时间啊，一会儿3分钟之后看那个。
对， 它这个面煮的过程中，我们拉这个
好，
扯面。扯面呢，
And then, so we're looking at that's the first way to cook a noodle, that's the handmade noodles.
更加
And then let me show you the second way to have another type of noodle. So we need to cut into half.
这个宽度
跟着我的
跟我
节奏，
好，
要把
跟着您学
两边
So you can follow
要
me.
把它
用手挤压，
挤压两边
对，
是吧？
挤压两边。
So you
这
need
个
to
面因为加了
massage
油
it.
所以它摸起来就特别滑。
So you're looking at the color, it's like shining because we add oil,
就
we
直接这个
brush
宽度扯
a
出来
layer of oil onto it.
我这个好像没有您的那个那么宽，您看这样可以吗？
So this is make sure it's the same
两头
wideness.
方向，
嗯，
往上伸。
So to
就这样。
hold both hands.
因为面粉它已经起到了一定程度，它的弹性特别好。
啊，真的。
We talk about it provides super good resilience.
啊，这样一下就可以了，是吧？把这个也放进去。
Like
这
a
个要煮
jumping
多长
roll.
时间呢？
这个
So this is another kind of a noodle.
一般情况下我们的到
So
15到20
this is require not just 15 to 20 seconds.
来，在心中倒计时啊，15秒。为什么这个就
So just boil for 15 seconds.
它其实不需要是怎么说呢？它醒到一定程度以后，面粉里头的气孔面特别高，它一加热情况下，面粉它立马就飘起，充分吸收热度，它熟，所以它煮时间也非常短。
这个跟家里面好像不太一样啊，因为家里面就哪怕是吃那种比较宽的面，它也需要煮个2、3分钟的时间。您确定这是20秒，它不会不熟吗？
熟了。
So 20 minutes, 20 seconds good enough to eat actually.
先我们感受一下这个面团，它非常的筋道，非常的。
So looking at the noodle, you look at it should be provide you super chewy taste.
如果是这个量的话，我觉得4方8面我把它都吃完还是有这个能力的。那我们把这个，您刚才说这个叫什么面？
So this one dish of noodle ready.
好，一边
We talk about that's kind of like the jumping roll noodles, and then this handmade noodle also ready.
啊，我们其实正常的量是没有这么多的，是吧？
对对对，我们一碗面是80。
So normally we talk about this is made by the local famous wheat. So that's kind of the way to you only can find it here in the Hetao Plain. And here, because of this super famous iconic noodle, so we make into that 8 different dishes. So we talk about that the 8 dishes of noodle you cannot miss here.
这拉面已经是做好的吗？
对，我们醒好，这节气我们把它做成了小条，
啊，已经
它
也
跟扯面做
这个看起来特别好
对
看，
拉法是一样。
我也来试一下。
And also the third way we
但是它一样
cook the noodle, that's the hand-pulled noodles.
对，再对折一下，
无法再伸长的长度。然后
对折一下，再稍微拉一下就可以了。
So you first you pull it,
这是我手法的问
and
题，这
then
不是面的问题
you
啊，
fold
这是
it,
我手法的问题。我要
and
的是
then
这种
you put it again.
粗细好像不是特别的均匀，这个是因为什么？为什么您能做到
发？力点情况下，就是我们两边同时发力，
So make sure that
发力对以后发力，
又断了。
both
这个
hands
我得赶紧放下。
need to make the same efforts.
对，因为我扯的时候，它中间就不会有太
So
大
looking at both hands need to be equal, provide equal efforts. If one side work more than the other, the one hand work
一共是2
harder than the other hand, then you will see that a noodle will be broken.
所有的面基础都是
So looking at it first, pull it, and you fold it, and put it again.
20克的面。
我们正常量的情况下，面的是
The
吃的这个
super
品种还非
beautiful
常的
jade
丰富多样
color. So this is
这个要
the
煮多久呀？这个也这么快？
another way we make noodles. So that's also require around 15 to 20 seconds.
后，你看到它只要面浮起来，就在水面上浮起来的情况下，
So you're looking at once the noodle floating up to the surface
咱
of
们
the
平常
water,
做的话，真的会有一个
which
秒
means it's
时
okay.
间吗？
因为我们都是定时的做标准化。
So we have a set of standardization in
4种
place.
面就凑齐了，是吧？行，那您编煮，我看到那边还有，这是我们的这个配料吗？还是
对，
说
这？种四方八面的配的小料。
那这就是那4方
And we also have a whole set
啊，是这种4种
of
卤啊。
saucing.
让我来看看，我们来看一看，都认识哪些？我看到那个是西红柿鸡蛋的，
对，鸡蛋
然。后这边有一个，这是
So
茄子
we
的。
have a different
另外
sauce
两种
available.
好像看不太出来。
So we have that
这个是
the
猪
a
肉，
这个是牛肉。
fried eggs with potato, and also we have 2 meats. One is beef, one is pork, and we also have the eggplant.
12种小料。
So in total 4. You're looking at the larger dishes. That's the 4 sources you can add to the noodle, and we're also looking at the small dishes behind that 4 large ones. That's the topping you can add
那
on
我们的
to the
这个
noodle
8
dish.
种面其实是4种，然后每一种是2份。
So we talk about the 4 different kinds of noodle,
这
and
个篮子很像
in
是
total 8
啊，我们是这
dishes.
样把它都放进来，这就是我
So
们的
you
一人
put the
份。
noodle at the bottom layer,
那这是我刚才看到还有，这是有12种的这个小料吗？
and also at the top we're looking at it's around 12 kinds of topping.
王师傅要考考我是吧？这是葱，
对，
这个是
这是葱花油。
啊葱花
So
油。
here we have a green onion
横着来看啊，这应该是蚝油吧？看起来应该是蚝油。这是蒜
and
蒜
sunflower
蒜
oil
油，然后香菜，这个像这个
and
很
the
像
garlic
那个
oil
麻酱
and oyster
啊
sauce,
猜对了，那这个是
a
小
sweet
辣椒
and sour salts
然后这个
and
看一下
spicy
啊
salts.
这长得像胡萝卜丁儿一样，
它这是
这是什么？
鲜辣椒油，红辣椒油。
这也是辣椒
对，
油
这鲜椒油。对，
啊，鲜椒油就是那个红辣椒。
对对，鲜椒油。
And we also have the another spicy oil,
这是什么呀？
这个是
that's the chili oil, and
这
also we
两个
have
它是一种吗？
它是一种鲜葱，一种葱油。
啊，这个是
有的人不喜欢吃这个葱，但是
the crushed peanuts.
是我们满足各种各样的食客的口味是吧？
And
这是
then
辣椒油
this is
这个
the
像这是油一样，我闻一下。
green onion oil. Someone not really like the taste and smell of the green onion, but they can eat green onion oil. So we provide different kinds of choices.
很闹。
对，我们再需要舀一点
面汤，
And we need to add another bowl.
就能
还是汤面是吧
对？汤面。
那我们共同的
So that's the noodle water. We talk about that water in which noodle have been boiled, and we normally talk about that if you cannot really digest
这个篮子
the food. You always use the water that boil the food, help you to digest. And then we put to this tower. It's like the afternoon tea tower,
在这里等我
but
了。
here you're
咱
looking
面前
at
的这
the
个四方八面已经摆
different
好了看起来是非常
topping
丰盛
and also at the 8 dishes of noodles made from different 4 different kinds of flour.
摆到餐桌上。
这个摆到餐桌
So
上
this is
根据
iconic
个人的喜欢
dishes
来调配一下。
you must
行，那咱们就把它
enjoy.
摆上去，然后再来进行这个调配。
First, take all the noodles from the tower.
好，那这边我已经跃跃欲试，开始准备好要吃这个四方八面了。也感谢王师傅带着我
And
一起
I
带
can't
着我
wait
笨拙的一个途
to
径。
enjoy this delicious noodle. My mouth is watering.
那么，在摆这个四方八面的空隙啊，其实大家也看到了，我们这满满当当的一桌都是各种各样这个核桃面粉的制品。
So
除了
looking
四
at
方八
the
面以外有
whole
饼
table
有
actually is fully occupied, and we talk about that
发
there
的这个焖面特别
different
出名
ways
包括有水饺，还有另外的一种
to make
这个
food, staple food.
这个我还不知道是什么的，到时候请
Here we talk about the people in Hetao Plain have a deep connection with staple food made of wheat, such as buns, noodles, pies,
请到了我们巴彦淖尔
pastry
研究所的所长杨先生，杨所长。然后
and gentleman Mr. Yang from the local Wheat Research Institute. So while we enjoying the very delicious noodles, and we also maybe talk more
现在大
about
家都来尝 尝一尝这个四方八面。
The weight.
高总和杨所长在平常吃这个四方八面的时候，有没有什么推荐的吃法？
So, any way you suggest to enjoy a noodle? I like the a.
那您用西红柿鸡蛋卤调到哪个？我来跟您学。
So you take this bowl because for myself, I really like the a fried egg with
就让人反而不知道该做什么
potato.
选择。
So I put that to the a white noodle. Because there are so many choices, sometimes you don't know
确实是很丰富的。
which one we should
那我这
start.
个菠菜面
And then you're looking at this is the a egg plate. So we pour for the vegetarians. This is maybe the one you like. So you can pour that egg plate sauce into that vegetable noodle
是
dish.
个人的口味，因为它肯定是每一种搭菜都有不同的风味，不知道到底该怎么搭才好。
Of course, the different combination available.
前程似锦啊，有一个这么好的名字。金玉满堂。哦，我前面这是4碗，应该大概就是已
So
经
look
拿
at this is the
2
fried
份
egg
所以
with
它其实还是8碗的量啊。
a potato.
那我们先来尝一口，这个颜色看起来就非常的好看，可能我就要来一大口了。我看杨所长已经吃上了，咱们也先尝一
So
尝。
for Mr. Young's really like fried egg with tomatoes, so it's his favorite. So I will start with the vegetable dish. So this is the a spinach
而且吃起来确实就像
juice
高总刚才说的特别
noodle, and I also poured the a sauce. So that sauce is the egg plate.
对，跟我刚才其实看到面团的那个硬的感觉是不一样的。
So it's not really hard taste. And for that chewy taste, is also depend on the environment of planting and also way of cooking.
跟我们其他地方的小麦比的话，
咱们这个地方的话，它是种的是春小麦，和国内的绝大多数地区的这个小麦种植时期是不一样的。春小麦在咱们国内占比其实是
So this is the a spring wheat.
这里的话，它是因为咱们河套地区这个小麦，俗话说是种在冰上，收在火上。这个我
种在冰上是什么意思？
对，就是因为它是春小麦，咱们
So in Hetao area, we talk about this is the a spring wheat.
这边天气还没有
So it's normally start from
土
March.
地都还是在
It's
冻
still quite cold. So the soil actually is still frozen.
所以咱们种的时候呢，是相当于种在冰上的。然后收的时候呢，是咱们这儿的
So it seems like when you plant
这个时候呢，
the seed, grow the wheat, you're starting from the
然后
icy surface.
叫做
And when you harvest the wheat, as the a super hot summer,
那我们这个小麦
so that's the talk about we grow on ice, harvest
一年一熟。
from the fair.
对对对，这咱们这儿的话，这个
So because it's the time of the harvest always in the a
这
summertime.
样的话，会不会产量就比较低？
产量的话，相对来说，相对于
So it's harvest once a year.
略低一点，因为冬小麦它的生育期有200多天，是90到100。
So for a lot of wheat in China is winter wheat.
那就像您刚才提到，除了麦子麦种不一样之外，那河套地区的这个小麦之所以这个面粉的制品之所以这么出名，跟这个地区有什么关系吗？
跟这个地区也是有，主要是跟黄河有密不可分的原因。
为什么？
这个的话是这样。
So we talk about why people here in the Hetao Plain have that deep connection with staple food made of wheat, because here is a region, it's a plateau in the upper and the middle reaches of the Yellow River.
它其实降水是比较缺少的。
对，像这种环境的话，它是
So this area actually is a semi-arid region, which means it's not really provide a favorable environment to grow grain. But because it's also nurtured by the Yellow River, then we can have this very special kind of weight. We talk about the weight here actually with a high content of protein.
形成的更好。然后咱们这儿的话，由于后期比较
The altitude is high, that also is very dry, the temperature is high, and so nurtured by the Yellow River. So all these factors adding together produce this very special taste and kind of weight.
所以在这个过程中，咱们也不需要打药，然后
So it's a semi-arid area, which means it's little rain in this area, so that's also good for the weight because there's no quite the plant disease or the insect pests.
这个全麦
So the weight are very
我
healthy.
打算吃的这个，
对，这个全麦
正好您说
And
的。
let's try this fish dish. We talk about this is made from the whole wheat.
它这个颜色比较黑，麸皮在里边。但是如果咱们没有这么好的环境，使它这个食品安全得到保障以外，
Because it's the whole wheat and also with that the brine
啊，可能会有
brine
一
in
些
it.
对就会
就是安全上面还会有一些隐患
农。药残留它会集中在麸皮，或者是说一些次生代谢的像呕吐毒素这些对人体不好的东西都在麸皮。但是咱们河套地区这个麸皮是非常干净和安全。
安全，很健康是吧？那既然说到这个了，这个应该调这个料，您推荐我还有什么可以放的小料吗？这个放什么比较好吃？
我觉得这个和放一点肉的牛肉或者是咱们猪肉的，因为它本身膳食纤维含量高。
For this fish noodle dish, you can
放点黄瓜丝儿。
add some vegetables.
所以就像高所长刚才提到的，就是黄河，我们这个河套平原，
And
因为
you can
在黄
add
河
some
流域
cucumber
所以
slice.
决定这个作物生长的三大要素，无非就是气候、土壤和水。那一方
We
面，
talk about
黄河
climate,
的水
water.
灌溉了我们的这个小麦的种子。
So we
然
talk
后
about the
土
Yellow
壤
River
呢，由于
provides
它
the
在
sufficient
处于这个河套
water
中间平原
resources
是不是
and
有
soil
一
here.
些关系。
对，然后说到土壤的话，你看，咱们英山的山洪和黄河，它都携带了大量的营养元素，所以它
And this is the river plain.
土壤中的
So it's when it's
无论是大量元素，
we have this plain, we talk about the soil actually with the quite rich nutrient elements inside.
另外一方面呢，就是
So this is actually provide that fertile land to grow
它是
wheat.
的沙性的壤土，所以它的通透性是比较好的。
所以这个土壤的这个营养是非常丰富的。
对
所以能长出这么好的
对，就是
对
这个对，就高总说的，咱们在土壤和气候都比较好的情况下，
So you have a perfect a fertile land with perfect water nurtured by the Yellow River and the climate is super
那
helping.
其实我在之前还
Then
做了
you
一
can
点功
have
课啊，就是
this
我了解到
naturally
在
have this really good
历史上
quality
面
of
呢还是有
weight.
一些典故的。就比如说，我知道当时在西汉末年昭君出塞的时候，可能这是一个传说啊，就是说，这个昭君路过我们这个河套平原的时候，她就生病了，然后她的这个一病不起之后呢，她的队伍就召集了周围的这个百姓，给她准备了很多我们的这个面制品，然后她在这里休养了很长时间之后，继续完成她这个和亲的这个旅程，是不是有这么一个故事和典故在里面？
这个典故的话是不太准确啊，就是
我记得是，
So there may be some many different
其
stories
实和小麦是挺有渊源的。
talk about this the wheat and also story happened between the wheat and the Hetao Plain.
虽然咱们小麦是起源于中亚的新月沃地这一个地方的，它是传播到咱们中国的，是外来 一种作物。
So wheat actually, these imported products, they started from Central
它
Asia.
是4000多年前是经过了咱们河套底，就是
That's around 4,000
这个
years
地区，但是
ago.
没有在这里完全的种植。
它是那时候是游牧状态，所以它没有发展成农耕文化，没有种植。然后在昭君出塞的时候，
Back then, still the
和
Normandism or the nomadic culture. So it's not really the agricultural culture time period.
工具，比如说加工工具，石磨啊、石碾啊这些
And then
是由昭君带过来的。
那可能在我的故事里，他在这里吃到就是
we
错误
see
的，
that
其实是他
the
给带过来的。
the
然后
story
还有
happened
那
called
可以
the
理
on
解
the
为昭君
frontier.
出塞的
That's
时候
the
就是我们当地
a
小麦
lady
种
called
植的
Wang
一个习
Zhaojun
惯。
actually
然后一
going
直发展到
abroad
现在，大家看到
for
的是
marriage.
满满当
And
当各
for
种各样
her,
的这个面
along
制
her
品，已
journey,
经有衍
she
生出了非常非常
introduced
多
the
的这
way
个
to cook
吃法和
noodle,
不一样
the
的花样。
tools needed to
这个
these
昭
places.
君出塞带过来之后，这2000多年的话，其实这个小麦种植，无论是品种啊，或者是
So
技术
that's
没有
around 2,000 years ago. The way of cooking noodles were introduced and brought to these
全国开展
places.
这个小麦品种啊、栽培技术的研究，使得就是产量啊、品质啊一步一步提升。
And then to the 1949 onward,
1940年就开始有人在开始研究这个事儿，然后在品种改良、技术改进，
growing wheat
使得咱们河套
flourishing here. Actually, from 1940, we already had people dedicated to research on how to grow quality wheat.
2020年通过了国家审定。这个品种审定之后呢，就
And right now, we actually developed many different kinds of the wheat, and also we're looking at how we can improve the seed of the wheat, so we can improve the yield rate
这个
of
咱们
wheat
当
here
地
in
在之前
Hetao
可能
Plain.
吃法就并没有这么的多，是吗？
对对。
那你之前是我
So
们可能只
there,
有某一种的那个
before, there were not many different ways to enjoy the wheat.
嗯，
或者是就是说隔锅面嘛，我们这儿叫
隔锅面，
就是说把各种辅料和面是弄在一起的，一起吃的。那么我们赵峰核桃
So before, there's just a very simple way to cook noodles or to enjoy the noodles with different ingredients. We talk about that's the minced noodles. But right now, we developed this new way to enjoy and appreciate the wheat and the flour.
咱们可以为什么叫四方？
And looking at these iconic dishes welcomed by the consumers, we talk about this is 4 different kinds of noodles. Actually, it's the 4 different sorts.
可以有很多种吃法。我们建议就是说吃至少有8种吃法。
我吃太快了是吧？我们没有体验到这8
So you can pour the different sauce to the noodles. So we talk about we have the one sauce that's beef and pork, and then the eggplant, and also the fried egg with tomato. So that's for the taste, and also with different
那
toppings.
咱们，那我就来学一下，我把吃完的都摞在一起。
So we talk about that one of the local traditional culture is like you actually add the dishes as high as possible to show your appreciation to the chef.
以前咱们吃的是什么样的？我看有饼啊，也是有面啊这些。
就像这个饼，这是一种也很传统的吃法了。您看，就这么厚的烙饼，上面还拿刀都划的小切子。当地
这个是吗？
对，
我们来看一下啊。这个饼看起来平平无奇啊。
So this is the baked
它
pancake.
为什么要划成这样？
因为它这个烙饼比较厚，划成这样呢，就容易熟，容易熟。再一个掰的时候呢，很容易掰下去。
我们掰一下。
我们当地有个吃法就是西瓜
这个
泡烙饼
饼。什么
So
泡烙饼？
it's looking at
西
it.
瓜是我理解的那个西瓜吗？
对，就是咱们的西瓜。
And the creative way is that
西瓜也是我们的一个
we talk about the watermelon.
饼好厚。
Actually, you can enjoy this kind of the
嗯，
尤其是到了那个
baked
7月底的时候。
pancake with watermelon because we talk about the harvest time is in July.
西
And we talk about the local farmers actually
就
bring
是把这个饼放进去，
these
直接蘸这个
pancake
西瓜的原材
and then enjoy it with
啊，就
watermelon.
在加工的时候还有这样的这个巧思在里面，是吧？它
So
确实
this is
掰
a
上去
very
就是
creative
摸
way
起
to
来这个
enjoy the
特别的
pancake.
硬其实，但是它看起来还挺软的。
特别好吃，因为它这个皮脆脆的。
啊，原来是这样的，它其实也有。我们先把我们的面吃完。
So for
因为
this
我们
pancake,
一定
the
要提
baked
倡这个
pancake
光盘
is
性质，
like
而且它
very
这个面
crispy
的分量
outside
其实也是
and
就
it's
是
very
按照一
soft
人份来
inside.
准备的。其实这个一看到西红柿鸡蛋面，我就想到以前家里面吃面呀，因为每家人可能在吃面的时候，他都会有不一样的吃法。那每个人心中那个最好吃的那一碗面，可能就是家里面的那一碗面，就有不一样的做法。就是包括是我看到焖面啊，可能我们家就比较爱吃素的，所以看到肉是这个里面放肉和豆角的时候，还会觉得比较新奇。
说到各种吃法，其实咱们河套地区呢，它既是农
In the Hetao area,
一个融合的地方，
let's talk about this is a great cultural combination of
文化融合的一个地方。
Normandism and
是一个移民区，
a plain culture. This is the area actually with many the migrants, the people from Shanxi, from Gansu and Xinjiang. People gathered here in this place. So looking at they not moved here, they also brought
也有这种扯面，
their culture
对，
这种
of food
不同的颜色
to
和不
this
同的这
place.
个
So
形
looking
状
at the noodle have different colors and also different way to make and cook noodles.
地的面食文化带到了咱们。
So why we have different way to enjoy noodle? Because people are actually from different places. When they move here, they also bring their own way to cook noodles. We talk about the best dishes of the noodle is the one you make at home. So you're looking at because of all these, because of people, because of different culture. And we bring this really enriched way to enjoy this really famous and also iconic local featured noodle.
不用卤子，辣的吃法。
对，
这是我刚才，那我一定要把它吃掉了。
在我小的时候，很多的时候只有葱花油。
葱花油，哪个是葱花油？是这个是吧？
然后也
然后
没有
学着您一起吃。
对，直接葱花油拌面。
葱油拌面，是吧？
也很特别。
好，我们来尝一下。
然后再拌点这边的。
So you can add a green onion oil. There's other topping as some more vegetables.
您能把汤，我们印证一下，是不是像您刚才说的这个，它不会坨哈？好，稍微加一点水就可以。面汤啊，所以它可能时间长了就会多多少少硬一些，但是其实并没有特别坨。我们来尝一下，放置时间长一点的面会不会还跟之前一样的劲道？嗯。它口感其实跟之前是一样的，就没有
So
像我
very
想象的
surprisingly,
它可能两组
this dish of a noodle actually already
或者一筷子一口
like
吃完
30 minutes. But we talk about a lot of noodle after cooked. If you like keep them for quite a longer time, then it will be super dry and stick to each other. But looking at here, actually, this kind of the noodle actually not really dry because it's the
就咱们河套地区，这个昼夜温差大，日照时间长，它这个淀粉品质也是。
because of this the weight we talk about that's the starch inside.
长的也不多，煮的时候它也不怎么混汤。
actually is not the undermined. And also we talk about the when we're growing weight, that's the temperature difference between day and night is quite big. So that also keep that this weight, especially the starch inside, is very special. So the noodle actually not really dry and stick to each other.
对，放肉的焖面，我们来尝一口。焖面也是我们巴哈蒙当地的一种特色的吃法，就在内蒙古地区，可能就是焖面比较的这个有。
And another way we cook noodle is they stir the braised string bean with noodle, and people always enjoy this way of noodle. So basically steam a noodle. A lot of people just put vegetables inside, and also actually for here you also can enjoy the steamed, the braised noodle with some meat.
战斗力还可以吗？您这边的已经也是最后的一个超额完成任务了。那我们这光盘行动也是践行的非常的合适。那再次也是感谢二位嘉宾为我们带来这么多关于河套地区面食。
Thank you our two guests to introduce the staple food culture here in Hetao Plain, and I hope if our viewers have a chance, please do enjoy these different kinds of noodles. So make fun, and also we'll bring you more this delicious food along the Yellow River. So please stay tuned with CGTN New Media. And it's time to say goodbye. And please enjoy our noodles here in Hetao Plain.